All right, guys, welcome in. It's MTG Game State. We're back at it. Again, we're still in the wake of core set. It's a winter season of Magic. We're kind of in the slow end, so we're from what would be a core set with Magic Foundations. Lost my mind there for a second. Would be like a core set era, so we're just kind of waiting around for Innistrad Remastered, and then we're going to get into the new stuff of Magic going into 2025. So really slow on news other than like tournament stuff or like anything regarding like metas in the 60 card formats, which we will get into. But for right now, I want to get into the news and we're going to talk about it. Coming a little rough, a little fuzzy around the edges, here we are. So banned and restricted announcement on December 26th, 2024 just happened. How y'all feeling about it if you're a Magic player? This is really only gonna, again, it's the era, 2018 to I feel 2023, and even the beginning of 2024 was the Commander era of Magic. Maybe even 2017 into this period where we're at now. But currently I'd say latter half of 2024 into forward is the 60 card format, especially our old favorites, Modern and Legacy, which we've talked about a lot on the finance side. So this is from the official Magic the Gathering website. Ban restricted announcement December 16th, 2024. We got Dan Muser, Arya Karma Chandi, and Dan Finsev. Announcement date December 16th. Standard, no changes. Pioneer, Jengotha, the Wellspring is banned. I've been hearing about Jengotha wanting to be banned in Pioneer for a minute. I think he just adds pretty weird interactions and can just be thrown in all decks and all metas. So maybe that's just why. And Companions out the gate shook out all the formats anyways. It's just wild this late on another Companions getting hit on the ban list side. Modern, finally, we talked about it last MTG Game State. The One Ring is banned. We all saw this coming. Again, I don't think it's going to affect any of the prices. I don't think it's going to affect any of the poster prices like we talked about before. This is probably your time to buy it now. You're still playing Commander, but Modern is totally wrecked. It's still going to find homes and stuff. I don't think it's banned in Legacy, though, like we see down there. What's up, Andy?
I don't. That's what I've got some feelings about. So, I think it's gone down in price a little bit, and I think people are anticipating it's going to tank a little bit. Oh, not tank, I suppose, but I think people are expecting it's going to drop because it's been banned in Modern, but also. So it could have a weird opposite effect.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I think it could have an opposite effect in Commander because of this, because it's like maybe more are going to be put onto the market and the price will be harder. Or what's your logic behind that?
Just shop talk from my local shop.
I love that. That's how I get a lot of my information too, is just from like around like local talk or in the internet forums. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yep.
All right, we're gonna keep moving on the banned and restricted announcement. And guys, let me know in chat how you're feeling about it. Armed Raptor. This is one I thought was kind of funny, interesting. It's just uncommon for Modern Horizons 3, but I think it's just because it's gonna support the meta of white-red, which we saw in the Pro Tour, and even what is it, white-red-blue? Sorry, I'm not gonna say the archetype names. I'm just blanking right now, but we're talking like beginners here. I believe, what is that, Jeskai? Jeskai was using a lot of energy, so when Amped Raptor enters the battlefield, you get 2 energy. If you cast it from your hand, exile cards from the top of your library until you exile a non-land card. You may cast that card by paying an amount of energy. So again, this is also probably going to go in with decks that are going to be like Emerge, Eldrazi Emerge, and shout out Oreo Dan, you know who you are. He was just talking about like playing a really aggressive, I believe, Gruul, red-green, or maybe black-red Mardu Emergence deck. Emergence archetype and monitor. So guys, do your own research on what we're talking about. But as we read the card, I kind of understand why they would ban it in moving forward with some of the unbannings, why this would also kind of shake up the meta. And again, Jengotha banned in Modern, probably just for the same reasons as Pioneer, just it's gonna create and be used in a lot of stuff. Now, Mox Opal Unbanned, I know the community's like, oh, reprint value across the board. I think it just has to happen. We need a Mox Opal unbanning anyways, and they reprinted enough anyways. It's not going to affect the price. I don't think it's going to go down. So that is what it is on that front. I don't really play any of the fast mana, so I don't really know how much to say. I guess you could say I'm a pretty casual player, but these are always cards I wish I could buy. And some of my friends actually do own them, so that's kind of really cool. Green Sun Zenith coming in on another unbanned card. And I'd say besides Mox Opal, who cares? The next three are huge news. Green Sun Zenith is just going to be good. You get to search your library for a green creature card with converted mana cost X or less, put it onto the battlefield, then shuffle your library, then shuffle this card back into your library, and it's X and a green. That is broken. That is nuts. Just any of whatever mana plus a green and at sorcery speed to get a big chunky monster, and if you have haste abilities, I understand. And then again, this is probably going to help those Eldrazi Emergence decks out. And I saw something with the Modern crowd, and everyone's going to hate me, but let me know in chat or let me know in the comments on the YouTube. But the Is It Phoenix builds might even benefit off of the next cards that are coming up unbanned. Similar like Emergence, Eldrazi Emergence would Green Sun Zenith. And that card would be Faithless Looting. And this will be more so going into our finance portion of the show. We're going to talk about this card a lot. Finally unbanned in Modern. I think this is nuts. I never thought in my lifetime it would ever be unbanned. Same with like Brainstorm being unbanned in Legacy. But anyways, I digress. It's a 1-drop sorcery speed, draw 2 cards and discard 2 cards. And then you could cast it again from your graveyard for 3 for its flashback cost on sorcery speed again for a later time. I just think it's crazy. It does lots of wheel stuff, and we're going to get into what it could do and what's possibilities moving into more current archetypes in Modern that it's going to do. So, Splinter Twin, again, another card that I never thought would ever get unbanned. This is kind of similar to, what's it called, being unbanned in Modern. Oh my god, I'm blanking. It's the white card, it's a 2-drop, and it can search for any artifact. You guys are going to hate me, but you know what I'm talking about. I even played the card. We're going to roast myself in the comments. Anyways, Splinter Twin is an enchantment aura, 2 and 2 red, 4-drop. Enchant creature. Enchant creature has put a token that's a copy of this creature onto the battlefield. That token has haste, exile at the beginning of the next end step. This is going to go really hard in any of those Eldrazi Emergence decks, and I even believe those Is It Phoenix decks. Just getting extra value on your creatures that are non-legendary, that have insane, just board states. This was banned for a reason for a long time, and just some of these old classic Modern cards we're seeing coming back into the fold are really funny to me. Legacy, Psychic Frog finally banned, a card that was really going hard, and I can't believe they're going to ban such a badass art in Legacy, but whatever, we still get it in Modern. But it was probably a long time coming. Vexing Bauble also banned in Legacy as well. Now, Explorer, I don't really know what the Explorer format is, but it seems like Jengotha is banned there too. So really nothing too crazy. So this is the first banned announcement since they last spoke about changing the announcement cadence to align closely with the competitive seasonal offerings. We're nearing the end of a round of Pioneer Regional Championship events, a series of Eternal Weekends, and a season of Modern Regional Championship qualifiers. In addition to gameplay from both MTG Arena and MTG Online. There was an MTG Arena tournament series like the last 7 days, I think. This gave our team substantial data to address any issues with each of the various competitive formats. We'll continue this new cadence throughout the year with our next banned and restricted announcement scheduled for March 31st, 3 days after my birthday, guys. Without further ado, let's dive into each format and get into the changes. So this whole article will really get into more. I just want to give my hot take off of it. There'll be a link in the description as well, and I'll also post this in the Twitch chat if you guys want to read it on your own leisure time. But I think that's a real good move, having this BNR group move their decisions around the time of tournaments, especially since we have like a new tournament style with the whole Magic Cons being like where Pro Tour events are going to dawn, and just the whole structure of your but I should say your professional time in Magic cards. Professional air quotes. So That's the little news section I have on that. I think this is the biggest news we're gonna get until the end of the year, until we have like spoilers more, but whatever. Now, moving on. Andy, any closing thoughts on the article you had? My bad, I thought I heard you.
No, not really. Commander and casually standard are the only two formats I really follow.
Same.
So, with the exception of bannings, because I mean it's bannings, and I'm interested to see what gets banned. That's always a spicy list.
As far as competitive Magic, I just love Modern. I know people have their own feelings about it lately, but I still love. If it's like 60 card stuff, I'm gonna watch Modern stuff or follow
That's
it.
fair.
So.
I don't watch a lot of competitive Magic, to be honest, because it gets too salty for me. It just gets too salty.
I feel that. I feel that.
I don't like salty Magic. I prefer, if I have the choice between competitive Magic and friendly Magic, I will play friendly Magic all day, every day.
I think it just depends on like your skill level and what you're trying to get into too. Because I get what you're saying. There's like higher skill levels past like certain events, but yeah.
My opinion on the matter is that I sit down, I pull my deck out. I literally just want to play my cards. I don't care if I win or lose. I'm there to have a good time.
Yeah.
So it's more about having an enjoyable low stress time. I'm not trying to sit down with a play group that is board wiping every single turn and getting rid of all of my lands every turn.
Oh, that's who I'm trying to sit with. I like the competitive side of Magic.
If I have to whip out the reaction memes, it's starting to get to a salty game.
All right, let's get into the finance portion where I like to get. My bad. What was that?
I said if I have to whip out the reaction memes, I'm starting to get too salty, and then I'm gonna start flipping people off. So.
I get it. There's a lot of avenues in Magic though. You can play the game however you want. You know,
and that's why it's a beautiful game.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna get into the finance, guys. First card moving into the finance portion is Demi-Lich. This is a blue card from the Adventures in Forgotten Realms D&D set. Ooh,
that's such a good set.
4 blue pips, which is kind of a steep cost. It's legal in all the 60 card formats. That's what we're looking at this for. And that's kind of steep. This spell costs blue less to cast for each instant sorcery you've cast this turn. Whenever Demi-Lich attacks, exile up to 1 target instant or sorcery card from your graveyard. Copy it. You may cast the copy. Just for this first ability alone, pardon me, I'm in the middle of mid-burp, but for the first ability, this card is just saying, hey, you're going to want to hit your Faithless Looting immediately. Because whenever it attacks, exile up to 1 target instant or sorcery from your graveyard, copy it, cast a copy. And then you can cast Demi-Lich from your graveyard by exiling 4 instant and or sorcery cards from your graveyard in addition to paying its other costs. So it has like an escape kind of effect. And I just thought this card was really interesting because as of December 20th, we saw an average listing of $13.24 on TCG Player, a big spike. And market was buying at $11.18, so just close to $11, almost close to 14. I'm really rounding up way too high in the average listing. But on December 16th, around the banned and restricted announcement, we saw an average listing on TCG Player for this card for $1, and the market was buying at 69 cents. So this is kind of like a bulk rare that became a banger. I know, right? Tee. I had to sink that little information in there. So again, this card is just really going to be probably for those Is It Phoenix builds. We're seeing it for Buried Phoenix. We're seeing new modern archetypes in this build already happen.
I mean, that's a potentially thick sleeper because if you've got 4, what is it? 4. It's 1 less blue for each sorcery or instant.
Yeah.
You could potentially drop that as a Cheerio, if I'm not mistaken.
It can be. It just it depends on how fast you cast your spells. I think like if you get like into like a couple Faithless Lootings, you might be able to cast it for 1 blue. You know what I'm saying?
So hear me out. It doesn't have to be an early. It doesn't have to be an early game card. That could be a mid or a late game card.
That's what I was thinking. I think it's just too high cost on the blue where you could come back if you need to maybe you burned out and need to re-up a bit. It's just, I've been playing standard mono red burn. So I'm like, dude, who's in modern? What's their mid game? What, turn 4, turn 5?
True. That's very true. That's very true. This is kind of cool because we're coming at this from 2 very different perspectives here.
Oh yeah, 100%. I like your input, Andy.
Thank
Yo,
you.
thank you for the follow, Y Soato. Hope you're good. Moving on to card number 2 on our finance list of the week.
Ew, that's one of my boys.
Oh, that's one of your boys?
That's one of my boys.
Hey, we got Andy in the chat. Welcome in, Y Soato. Stick around, I got you. But we're gonna get into the second part. Tamio Inquisitive Student. Again, this is a card. It's legal in the 60 card formats. It's from Modern Horizons 3. It's a 1-drop blue creature. It's a Moonfolk wizard. And as of December 20th, our average listing was $48.98, and the market was buying at $43.33. Again, really, this is just go to Faithless Looting and Brainstorm because on like literally turn 1. This is also good in Legacy. They're using this in Legacy builds too, guys. This isn't like something to joke about. This isn't like anything to like sniff about. You know, you gotta really be focusing here. What's happened is Tamio became a card that just shot up in price because of the Faithless Looting unbanning and the Brainstorm unbanning. So it's legal in Legacy where it's gonna hit really hard, and Modern is also where it's gonna hit really hard. Because on turn 1, you could flip a Planeswalker, basically. And I think that's pretty cool. I think it's pretty funny. Sorry, we have to just fix the audio. We have a little technical difficulties on this part. But it's all good. It's all good. So anyways, Tamio, 1-drop card. Flying, whenever she attacks, investigate, which is artifact, and you get to sack it for 2 and draw a card. When you draw your 3rd card in a turn, exile Tamio, then return her to the battlefield, transform to her owner's hand. That's what I'm saying with Brainstorm and, you know what I'm saying?
Fun fact, I pulled her.
You pulled her?
I pulled her. I pulled a borderless for in a draft.
Psycho just redeemed.
Hey, yo.
Let me find the picture. I gotta find the
Flexing MTG chat. But, yo, Andy, that means you're coming in. The borderless is $42 listed is what the market's buying off TCG Player, and people are listing at 50s.
Like I still have it. I already sold it.
I hope, dude.
For like, I think I sold it for like 36. Which is still not. That's the one I pulled. That's still nothing to sneeze at, though.
No, 100% not. And you made 10 or $15 off your like pre-release if you got it in a pre-release.
Didn't. I drafted it.
Even better. I guess your draft would be like what, $20? You kind of even made more money.
My draft I think was 15.
Yeah, you banked with that 1 card alone.
Yeah.
Psychor, thanks for checking in, by the way.
It was outrageous. It was insane. I saw the full art card and I was like, it's mine. Sleeve that immediately.
We're coming in from crazy unbannings in Magic the Gathering's 60 card formats, like the more competitive stuff. So we're just kind of getting into. I just wanted to highlight our first 2 cards in our finance section. Just cards that are good with Faithless Looting, basically. And Tamio, since she's good in Legacy, she's gonna hit that Brainstorm unbanning too, which is also really recent. Because you can get a turn 1 Planeswalker, hopefully, in Flipper. And her abilities are. She has flying. I guess that's weird. I guess it's not flipping to read her back on the card. Sorry, that's an MTG stocks thing. That's not my problem. So you guys have to get the card and you'll figure it out. But she has good abilities and she'll just kind of change the game on turn 1 and just piss your opponents off. Now moving on to card 3. And again, thanks for everyone for being here, checking in, all the input, new friends along the way. We'll catch you up in a short bit.
Okay, I've got the card right here. I can read what her Planeswalker does if you want.
No, it's cool. We'll just move on. But post it up so I can read it.
All right.
Next is a part of a cycle. Looks like the Indomitable Cycle. My bad. But this is in the Kaladesh series, which we talked about. Aether Revolt, actually, which is a set. I feel like in Kaladesh block, not really people gave a crap about. I don't know. This is also around the time where I dropped out of 60 card standard format of Magic, so it's kind of how I feel. But whatever. So Indomitable Creativity, it is a pay X of any cost with 3 red, sorcery, destroy X target artifacts and or creatures. For each permanent destroyed this way, its controller reveals cards from the top of their library until an artifact or creature is revealed and exiles that card. Those players put the exiled cards onto the battlefield, then shuffle. Again, this is going into Modern. This is a whole reason why we're putting this in. And it's also from the Kaladesh block. It's premium. It also has reprints and premium variants. So I think it's just going to have to... The OG print is going to set the price, which is... I'm seeing listings for this. It had a big spike back in the day as of last year. But I'm seeing listings for this. Average listings $35.99 on TCG Player. Market's buying at $31.99. But it looks like it kind of chilled out in my last market research, so I look like a fool. $3 card with average listing of $9. Still, that's like a $10 mythic. That's nothing to laugh at, you know?
No, it's not.
And again, it's going with those Through the Breach builds. Again, Demi-Lich might even be able to do a blue Through the Breach. This is just kind of what this Modern archetype is just. Our first 3 cards are kind of hitting the theme in the 60 card format.
What is it worth now? The normal one?
Normal one, we could probably get it for about like $9, but average market's buying is for like about like $3, maybe $2.
I saw at the bottom there's a Thunder Junction version of it.
Oh yeah, you get $1.50 for a Prosperity print for Indomitable Creativity. I think we pulled this card actually.
There's a pre-release version that's almost 15. That's not bad, but I mean it is a pre-release version, so.
Yeah, so if you want to get a Through the Breach build going, I guess we're sounding the alarm on the last 3 cards. Now coming in for our honorable mention, 4th card. This is going to be more a shout out to, again, another 60 card format banger. Actually, sorry, Commander, my bad, my apologies. Preston the Vanisher. You know what I'm talking about, right?
I don't, but my sphere.
Is the bunny?
I don't, Bloom Barrel? No, it's not Bloom Barrel.
No, this is Jumpstart 2022. So we'll get into what the card is.
I have no idea.
It's a 4-drop creature. It's a 2/5 body. It's pretty chunky. It's legendary. What we're playing this card for is whenever another non-token creature enters the battlefield under your control, if it wasn't cast, create a token that's a copy of that creature, except it's a 0/1 white illusion. You can pay 2, sack 5 illusions to exile target non-land permanent. Now, we're seeing Preston. What's up?
Okay.
Come on. No, I'm saying, come on. Do you know where I'm going with this?
I don't. That's why I want to hear I want to let you cook.
Okay, let me cook. So, you're going to use it with Heir Apparent, which is a 2-drop bunny from Magic Foundations. A deck can have any number of cards of Heir Apparent, and when this enters, create a number of 1/1 white rabbit creature tokens equal to the number of other creatures you control named Heir Apparent. So you cast 1 Heir Apparent with your Preston out on the battlefield, boom, you're gonna get a bunch of tokens. And whenever you cast another non-token creature, if it wasn't under your control, if it wasn't cast, create a token that's a copy of that creature, except it's a 0/1. So if you could find a way to cheat out your Heir Apparents, you can get like a bunch of copies and just get stupid tokens on the field. And again, it's also just hitting what's it called? It's hitting like a doubling season vibe. I'm seeing average listing on TCG Player for $34.32 as of December 20th. Market's buying for $30. But it's Jumpstart 2022. All these cards in this set are just dummy expensive. It just kind of is what it is.
Yeah.
Hang on. I was seeing like the anime prints specifically.
Oh, those ones are absurdly outrageous.
Yeah.
Expensive.
Maybe this TCG website hasn't updated its thing, or we have things all in the wrong order. But there we go. Yeah, see, like $55, $47, $34. And again, these are probably like realistically like $40 $30, $25.
It's I'm going to go out on a limb and I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that these cards are the prices that they are because they have the anime art, and anime is just so booming right now.
Or they have dummy effects, but exactly. I think it's just anime is
both.
booming. Jumpstart
Why
20.
not both?
Why not both? And Jumpstart 22 is like, I feel like Jumpstart was like a collector set in a way. I feel like it's just kind of.
It was a really strong set to start with.
Yeah.
Jumpstart 20. I think I have Jumpstart 20, or I had Jumpstart 20 or 20. No, I have Jumpstart 20 or 21.
Mm-hmm.
All the Jumpstart sets are just really strong sets.
Yeah, hell yeah.
So, I mean, you can take 2 packs or 3 packs, put them together, you got a 60 card deck. Boom, you're ready to play.
I like playing. That's how I like introducing my friends to Magic, is using Jumpstart packs and just kind of going from there. But I think Foundation's kind of filled in the gaps now, and we looked at Portal, one of the beginning sets of Magic too, earlier. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah, that seems like that. Like I was saying earlier in the segment, when you were opening the packs, that seems like a very early an early version of Jumpstart packs.
Right? Yeah, because it was giving us archetypes. Like we had the Gargantuan deck, except it was kind of telling you to get more packs to smash together, but it was giving you like put 11 red, 7 force, and you can get a Gargantuan deck going and like stuff like that. I thought that was really cool with the little helper cards from Portal, the packs we just opened earlier in the Unfinished Save File show. Well, that's the finance portion, though. We're going to close out the segment. Andy, really appreciate your closing thoughts and what you added to the show. For real, it was really good.